Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys have had a great weekend and you're ready to start the last week in March. I'm so excited to be here again with you to share from my heart on what I believe is timely for someone to hear. Well, I would always tell you a story because I believe in the power of storytelling. The story I will tell you today would drive across the point that I'm here to share with you. I want to tell you about this man called Peter who had done something back in the day that the authorities did not like, and so they threw him in jail. Now his friends had gathered in a house and they were praying for him. They were praying for his release. And on this day, an angel appeared in the jail cell where Peter was and took him by the hand and walked him out of the jail, walked him out of the city, and let him go. Like, now you're free by some form of a miracle, you can go. And Peter went to the residence of his friends, where they had all gathered and were praying. And when he got to the door, he knocked at the door. And a certain girl called Rhoda went to the door to, see who it was. She peeped and she saw that it was Peter, and she ran back into the house to go tell the others that Peter was at the door. And someone remarked, like, come on, why not open the door? Peter's at the door. And so she went back to the door and opened the door for Peter. The point of this story that I'm driving across to you is that sometimes you may be praying for something that when it shows up at your door, you are not prepared for it. What would have happened if Rhoda had gone back into the house and on coming back, Peter had left? What would have happened if she was not, timely in her response to Peter's knock, that they had arrested him again just because he could not get into the house at the time he wanted to? You might be praying for something that you are not prepared for, that when it comes to your doorstep, you don't even recognize that it is the blessing you have been praying for, either because there is unbelief in your mind or because you have not made room for the blessing that you are praying for. I am reminded of a story Steve Harvey shares that I believe is so profound, that drives across the point. He talks about he had an old car, a dilapidated car. He wanted to buy a new car, and he kept telling his mom, "Mama, I'm going to buy a new car." Every day, "Mama, I'm going to buy a new car." And one day his mother asked him, "But wait, where are you going to park your new car?" Because his old dilapidated car was still occupying space in front of his mother's house. Steve says he had to get rid of that car and make room and clear up that driveway, making room for his new car, which eventually came. You cannot be praying for a relationship when there is bitterness harbored in your heart. Whatever you are praying for, you've got to make room for it. Whatever you are believing for, you have to make room for it. On a second note, sometimes we prepare or pray for opportunity. We say we prepare for opportunity, but when it comes, we don't say yes, because it does not come in the form that we recognize. Opportunity hardly comes in a form that you will recognize. It always comes looking like work. It always comes looking like daunting work. Something you have never done, something so hard, but the first time to everything is just once. Once you do it, it is no longer a first time. So you have to get ready to say yes to the opportunity you are praying for. Do not shy away from it because it looks unfamiliar. Do not shy away from it just because it doesn't look like something you have ever done. It would be your first time to do it, and after that, it will no longer be a first because you would now know what to do. Two things I'm sharing with you as we're moving into April. The first thing is prepare for the blessing you are praying for. The second thing is opportunity will come in a way that you do not recognize, but still say yes, because that will be the first time, but that will be the last time it is the first time. I hope this has blessed someone to be ready to take on as we're getting into a new quarter of 2020. God bless you. And this has been Excel. Have a great week.